What's up, everybody, and welcome to the In High Gear podcast, presented by TLT Motorsports and hosted by yours truly, KC the Blueprint. Today is a big milestone, y'all. This is the first episode of the In High Gear podcast. This is a podcast that I've been dreaming of for some time now, and I finally decided that it was time to bring it to the forefront. This is a podcast where I just want to have fun. My passion has been motorsports since I was a little boy. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City. What's up, Motor City? And I now live in sunny Greenville, South Carolina. And this is something that I've just been dreaming of for a long time. And just a little backstory. I remember being introduced to the car game by my uncle Zach. Shout out to great Uncle Zach. What's up? And you know, he just brought me into the whole automotive industry world as a youngin'. I remember going to Detroit Dragway and just, being introduced to drag racing. That's my drug of choice, y'all. So, you're going to get a lot of drag racing stuff here. But yeah, just, all over Detroit Dragway. Then that closed down early on in my life. And then Milan Dragway. So I spent a lot of time. I remember many nights and days at Milan Dragway, just hanging out. Just, I was always addicted to the rubber burning, the smell of the fuel, and all that just had you going. So, it's only right that years down the line, after I've been through a lot in the automotive industry, that this is where I ended up, a podcast about all things motorsports. And we're going to cover a lot on this channel, motorsports wise, drag racing, NASCAR, motocross, and all things motorsports. We're going to find a way to cover it. In-depth highlights. We're going to be doing a feature machine of the week. Every week is where we're going to find a specific machine, whether it be car, bike, whatever. It's going to be like an ultimate machine, and we're going to feature it every week. We're going to give highlights on it, information, and you'll be caught up on whatever machine that is of the week. Like I said, I just want to have fun with this page, with this podcast. I want to have a lot of fun. I want to bring a lot of the knowledge that I have in the automotive industry. We're going to be talking new products. We're going to be talking test and tune, and also with the page TLT Motorsports, the #1 on YouTube. TLT Motorsports, the #1 on YouTube. I want y'all to go like, subscribe, and share to the channel, and hit that bell so you won't miss an episode of the In High Gear podcast. And also, it's going to be a lot of other stuff on the page as well. I do a lot of custom builds. I'm into like vintage mini bikes and things like that. So you're going to see a lot of custom builds on the channel. And I just want to build the channel. I just want to show my passion to the world of what I've seen through my eyes through all these years. So like I said, I'm looking to have so much fun with this channel. I wish everybody can come in, like I say, like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Hit that bell so you won't miss an episode and you won't miss a video drop. It's not just going to be episodes of the podcast. We're going to be doing a lot of in-depth things. We're going to be at the drag strip. We're going to be interviewing people. This is going to be real love, y'all. So I want y'all to tune in, stay locked into the channel, and you're gonna love everything that you get from this channel. So without further ado, now that we got that all out the way, a little backstory, now it's time for the news of the week. We're gonna go over a lot of the stats and standings from the world of motorsports, and here we go. So we're gonna start out in the world of drag racing. We're going to give you the standings and the points We're in the 12th event of a 36 event for the championship, and we're in number 12 this week in Brainerd. We got a lot going on, so we're gonna start off with the standings and the points leaders in each of the classes: top field, funny car, pro stock, things like that. We're gonna give you the top 5 in those categories, and we're gonna give you the points, and we're gonna just talk a little more about that. So we're gonna start out with top field, and number 1 in points is Sean Langdon with 990 points. Number 2, we got Tony Stewart right behind him with 942 points. And we got Justin Ashley with 879 points for the number 3 spot. We got Doug Collada in the number 4 spot with 869 points. And we got my boy Antron Brown in 5th spot and set with 779 points. I'm looking for Antron. You know, we got week 12 races in. Antron is pretty consistent with that Mako Tools top field dragster. I'm looking for him to continue to move up in the points, and we're looking for him to win again this year. You know, I'm excited for Antron, and I'm excited for all of the racers in the top field. Boy, those cars be flying, boy. You know how they go 300 miles an hour. Then we move on to funny car, top 5. So we got Austin Prock with 1,020 points in the number 1 position in funny car. We got Matt Hagan in number 2 with 819 points in the number 2 position. Number 3, we got Jack Beckman with 815 points. He right behind Matt Hagan, so he creeping up. Matt Hagan, you slip up and you out of there. So we got Ron Capps in number 4 with 782 points. This is a close, tight race. So, with 12 events in, anything can happen. So, we're gonna stay on the lookout for that. We're gonna keep the information going on that. Number 5 is Paul Lee with 735 points, and that's all in funny car. We're in the 12th event, and we coming on strong. So now we're gonna move on to pro stock. Pro stock number 1 qualifier is Dallas Glenn with 1,045 points. That's the number 1 position. Number 2 is my boy Greg Anderson with 1,008 points. He ain't that far behind. You can't count Greg out. Number 3, we got Matt Hartford with 654 points. Number 4, we got Corey Reed with 603 points. And number 5, we got Eric Latino with 525 points. It's still close, and it's still early on in the season. We got a lot of racing to do, and we're going to cover a lot of that racing, and we're going to let you know who wins the championship and who is big time in the world of drag racing. So now we move on into pro stock. Pro stock, we got Gage Herrera in number 1 with 794 points. Richard Gatson in number 2 with 724 points. Number 3 is Matt Smith, 672 points. Number 4, John Hall, 473 points. And number 5, my girl Angie Smith with 445 points. And that is pro stock motorcycle. And that's kind of what we got here right now with pro stock, well, not pro stock, with NHRA as the points. And now we move on to NASCAR, where we 23 races into a 36 race season. We 23 races in, and we got 1 through 5 here. It's a tight race and within the points. So within the second half of the season, we're looking for a lot of changes and a lot of come-ups. Number 1, we got William Byron in the number 1 spot in that 24 car. And we have number 2, we got Chase Elliott in the number 9 car. And number 3, we got Kyle Larson. Number 4, we got Denny Hamlin. And number 5, we got Christopher Bell. So we all know Joey Logano won last year, and right now he sits currently in the 12th spot. So the second half of the season, anything can change. We're looking for him to make a move, and we're going to see what happens in the world of NASCAR. But the points race is kind of tight, so anything can happen. Any given race, things can change, and we going to be the ones to bring that to you when things change. So stay tuned for all that. So NASCAR, we got the next coming up event is real soon. I'm gonna give you more information on that, and we gonna let you know everything about it. Now we're gonna move on to motocross. We got the 450 class standings. We got number one, we got Joey Lawrence in the number one spot with 412 points. We got Hunter Lawrence with 365 points in the number two spot. Number three, we got Eli Tomac with 324 points. Number four, we got Justin Cooper with 315 points. And number five, we got RJ Hampshire with 293 points. That's your 450 point standings in the 450 class. We have the MXGP results. We got Lucas Cohen in number one. We got Romain Febvre in number two. And number three, we got Calvin Vallandieren in number three in your MXGP results. Your MX2 results, we got KD Wolf in the number one position. Number two, we got Camden McLean in the number two position. And number three, we got Sacha Cohen in the number three position. Now in the Ironman 450 motocross Ironman 450 results, number one, we got Hunter Lawrence in number one in that motocross Ironman. We got Hunter Lawrence in number one. Number two, we got RJ Hampshire in number two. And number three, we got Eli Tomac in the Ironman 450 class. And in the 250 results, we got Hayden Deegan in number one. Number two, we got Joe Shamarda. And number three, we got Tom Villieri. That's in your 250 class. So your next upcoming race will be Saturday, August 16th at another event, and we're going to cover that as well. Like I said, this is just the first episode that we're doing here, so we're trying to get in the groove of everything. We know about a lot of it, but we got to get in the groove and how we're going to bring it to you guys. So stay tuned with that and bear with us as we get things up and going. Now we're going to move over to a little bit more drag racing news. We got the PDRA. We're going to feature my boy, retiree, ex-all-pro champion, 12 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles, all-pro primetime. We're talking about my boy Fletcher Cox. Now, since retiring, Fletcher Cox has moved into the racing scene. You know, he's been in racing all his life, contributing to his late brother, Chadwick, which passed away. He took over the racing legacy for his brother and his family, and he's moving up in the world with it. This past weekend at the Northern Nationals at US 131 in Michigan, he actually laid down a personal best with a 382. He ran a 382 at 192 miles an hour. That was his fastest career run. He followed that up with a few other runs, a 395, a 394, 398. He wasn't able to get that 382, but he got it once. Well, he just gonna let you know that it's only a matter of time before he consistently running that and better, and he moves up in the points and in the standings, and he will move up to number one. He got the bread to do it. He can have the baddest car out there. But his passion, he ain't just throwing money at it because he got it and got the fastest car. He works at it. He's at the track early. He's working. Now that he's retired, he's actually able to drive. I think with contractual agreements when he played, he wasn't able to drive, so he had drivers to drive his cars. Now he's settled into this 69 Camaro that he got. He been through a few. When he had one that he inherited from his brother when his brother passed away, that was the Gold Dust Mustang that he had with the Wolverine on it. And then he had the blue Mustang that he had. That was like the baddest radio car there was. He sold that one. And I don't know if he still got the Gold Dust car or not, but what he's running now is that 69 Camaro. And he's coming up in the world, boy. They better look out for him, because he's gonna be a handful to deal with, because he's passionate, you know, and it's something that he's been doing all his life. So it ain't nothing that he just got out of, you know, retired from football and said that I'm just gonna start doing that and throw money at it. This is something he's been passionate about. He started Cox Racing in 2015. You know, obviously he was still playing. Like I said, he wasn't able to drive due to contractual agreements by the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFL. So now that boy riding, he driving, he doing a lot to the cars, and I'm gonna tip my hat off to Fletcher Cox. Keep moving up in the world, my boy. So yeah, that's it, man. Fletcher Cox, the past weekend at 131, like I say, he started out, he ran off the trailer. Out the trailer, he posted a 395 at 174 miles an hour. Then he followed it up with a 394 and then a 393. That was in Friday's qualifying. So going into eliminations, he qualified from the start with a 390 in the first round. In the second round, that's when he ran his best at 382 at 192. The round was unofficially set. Let me see what it says here. 382. This run not only unofficially set a new class record, but also secured the #1 spot. So that 382 at 192 set a new class record, and that was also his best career record as a driver. So shout out to Fletcher, boy. You moving up there, you doing your thing. So we gonna look more into Fletcher Cox and PDRA drag racing. We're gonna do a lot with that, and that is your feature driver of the week. We're gonna get this up to my boy Fletcher Cox, y'all, with Cox Racing. Keep pushing, my boy. Yeah. And now we come to my favorite part of the show, the feature machine of the week. This week we featuring a true machine. This is one of the most iconic, and this is the fastest production bike on the planet right now today. Is the 2025 Ninja H2 supercharged, the fastest production bike on the planet right now, with 293 horses at 11,500 RPMs. You can't get it. That's something right there. That is something. So with a sticker price of $36,200, this is the most costly sports bike, and like I say, the fastest sports bike on the planet. Now we had opportunity to be able to work with one. I was able to get up close and personal with one. I was able to look it over. I got a lot of video, got pictures of it and everything, and I'll be doing a complete feature video on that here to come here on the channel. But right now we just going over it. Sticker price is $36,200 on the Ninja H2. Technology come with assist and slipper clutch. The rear is a slipper clutch. It don't have like a sprocket. It's a slipper clutch sprocket on the back. Economical riding indicator, electronic throttle valves, the Kawasaki engine brake control, the Kawasaki launch control mode. That's the beast right there. The launch control mode we got on that, and the cornering management function, which, you know, when you corner and everything, it just a lot of technology went into that to help you into the corner so you don't like slide out. It kind of like it's a lot to it. I'll be going over all of that more in depth in the upcoming video that's going to be on the page for the Kawasaki Ninja H2. But this is a bad unit. Anti-lock brakes. It got anything you name it. It got it. Supercharged motor, and it got a lot to it. It got a lot to it. Like I said, with a 4-stroke inline, 4-cylinder dual overhead cam, 16-valve liquid cooled engine, 998 cc's, y'all. That's 1,000, boy. 8.5-to-1 compression, 239.6 horsepower at 11,500 RPMs. Maximum torque is 104.9 foot-pounds of torque at 1,100 RPM. You talk about riding. It got a TCBI with digital advanced ignition. The transmission is a 6-speed return shift dog ring transmission. Final drive is a seal chain. It has a rear slipper clutch on it, so it's like with the return shift, you know, it's easier when you shifting or you miss a gear, or just a return shift. Everything just slides so effortless. No jerking and jumping when you shifting gears. That slipper sprocket just make it slip in and out of gear like that. You don't even really know you shifting. That's a good part of that slipper sprocket. The slipper clutch, I'm sorry. This is a bad unit. We got pictures. We're going to have pictures of it. We're going to have videos and everything like that. We're going to do, like I said, a lot more in depth with that bike. But that's your feature machine of the week from TLT Motorsports and the In High Gear podcast. This is a real In High Gear bike that shows this is the fastest production bike on the planet right now, y'all. I want y'all to give it up for the 2025 Ninja H2 Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon Edition. And now we just gonna shift into another gear real quick. We just gonna talk about a little bit about one of my other passions, and that is custom mini bikes. You know, I have a lot of fun building vintage mini bikes from the 60s and 70s. I was brought into it by my homeboy Wes back home in Detroit. He built some of the baddest bikes there could be, and he just motivated me to just start building as well back in like 2017, 2016. I really got heavy into building custom vintage mini bikes. So I look for the ones in the 60s and 70s, and Michigan-based bikes. The top bikes in Michigan are like the Rutman Spider, and the Harrison mini bike and stuff like that. So we'll be going over a lot of that stuff. Even on the channel, you'll see me doing a lot of builds with the vintage mini bikes. I do a lot of powder coat and stuff like that. So that's one of my passions. Making the engines faster. You're talking about a little small mini bike with maybe 6-inch wheels, and you know, you going 70 miles an hour, you know, that's sketchy, boy. You hit one little bump and it's like over curtains for you. But I love it. I never fail. Knock on wood. Hopefully I never do. But you know, I'm cautious, and you know, as I get older, you know, I'm a little wiser, and as it relates to speed and living recklessly, you know, you fall, your bones, when you get older, your bones take a little longer to heal. So I'll be a little cautious, but mini bikes, do a lot of builds. I have a lot of fun doing it. Like, that is my real passion now after pretty much retirement from the automotive industry. Like that, you know, I run my own business now, TLT Motorsports. I do a lot of engine builds for motocross, dirt bikes, 450s, 250s, things like that. I do side-by-sides, four-wheelers, dirt bikes. I do a lot of custom stuff. I have taken like 250 four-wheelers and turn them into like street quads with turn signals and street tires and stuff on that. Just check out the channel. You'll see a lot of that stuff on there as well. So it's just a lot of stuff that I do, and I just want to bring a lot of that stuff to the channel, to the podcast, and just bring my passion to everybody. Let y'all to see what I love to do. It's very interesting, and I guarantee you guys will love it. Just stick in with me and watch me grow from where we are right now. And for everybody who's tuning in right now, you're witnessing a part of history. This is the first episode of the In High Gear podcast, episode number 1. So already, anybody who's rocking with me from this first episode, you're going to watch the growth, the elevation as we move higher and higher up in this channel and up in the podcast world. I'm projecting right now. I'm projecting, because the Lord has his hand in everything that I do. God is number one in my life, and I move how he guides my steps. So he told me to do this podcast. He told me it was time. With everything that I've endured, everything that I've been through in the automotive industry and just coming up period, he said this is the time. So I'm projecting that this is going to be the number 1 motorsports podcast in the world. The world, not just the country, not just the state that I'm in, the entire world. The number 1 motorsports podcast in the world. So anybody who's watching right now, for the first episode, just stay locked in and you'll see the growth and elevation, and you'll be part of a world-changing environment. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the TLT Motorsports In High Gear podcast, episode number 1. Each and every Monday at 11 a.m. you get a new drop. Like I said before, like, subscribe, and share the channel, and turn on post notifications so you won't miss an episode or you won't miss a video drop of the TLT Motorsports. Number 1 on YouTube, TLT Motorsports, the number 1 on YouTube. Check that out. And I thank all y'all for stopping by to the TLT Motorsports presents the In High Gear podcast with your host, KC the Blueprint. Let's go, y'all. Keep moving.